It gives me a tremendous honor and a privilege to introduce a very dear and close friend, Yigal Han, who I've known for many years. And we're here in Beit Vegan. It's Erev Yom Kippur. And I so appreciate that you're making the time to be with us, and that our listeners out there can hear your fascinating and amazing story. So Hazzan, or Cantor Yigal Han, is a Hazzan, and originally from America.
Yes.
And I think your parents are originally from Korea.
Yes.
So Yigal, can I just ask, let's start from the very beginning. Where were you born?
I was born in Cleveland, Ohio, 1981, and actually on the west side. So Cleveland has a very big Jewish community, and Cleveland is also a very famous musical city. But the Jewish community is on the east side.
There's the Tel Yeshivas in Cleveland.
It is.
And your parents, were they born in Korea?
Yes, my whole family, except for I, was born in Korea. I was the first one out in the family to be born outside of Korea.
And growing up, were you part of the Korean community?
Yeah, there are a lot of Koreans in Cleveland.
Okay, so I know, and I'm sure our listeners are fascinated to know this. Were you born Jewish, or did you decide to convert?
I decided to convert after I came to Israel.
And how old were you?
When I came to Israel, I was 21.
And let me just ask, growing up in Cleveland, did you have a lot of Jewish friends, or did you associate with them?
Since I grew up in the west side of Cleveland, east side Cleveland, huge Jewish community, I didn't really know many Jews in the west side.
So what was the impetus? What ignited your desire to learn about Judaism? Did your parents discuss it at home? Did you come from a religious home growing up?
No, I didn't come from a religious home, but I got in general more and more interested, and I decided to come for a year to study at the Hebrew U, and really it was my very first day upon arriving to Israel, and most of the group who flew on the same flight from LaGuardia, I think, or something like that. They were mostly conservative, some modern Orthodox, but basically they all went to the hotel, and they took me, and so that really impacted me.
But growing up, did you have a lot of Jewish friends?
No, because I grew up. The east side is a very big Jewish community, but the west side, not that many Jews. So I didn't know many Jews growing up.
And what was your desire to come to Israel? Had you traveled extensively before at this age?
No, I didn't. I just decided to study for 1 year at the Hebrew U.
And what subject were you studying?
Hebrew, and then after 1 year, I enrolled in the History of Jewish People program.
Wow. And okay, if you can just let us into your world. Why did you actually decide to study Hebrew, or why did you decide to come to Israel and say not go to France or to England, or?
So originally I had heard about something called the Cairo Geniza, and have you heard of it?
That's in Egypt, in Cairo. Yeah.
It was, yeah.
And a lot of the books were taken by Schechter, and it was taken.
Exactly. So and a lot of like original letters, like written by the actual hand of the Rambam and things like that. And so I heard about something called the Cairo Geniza, and also something called Judeo-Arabic, which both the Rambam and Rabbi Yehuda Levi wrote in. And so I came to learn Hebrew and Arabic.
Wow. And when you decided to come visit Israel and enroll in Hebrew U, what was your parents' reaction, or do you have siblings as well?
I have one older brother,
And how did they react to you coming to Israel?
So in general, my mom tried to be supportive. Actually, the very basically after we had arrived, the morning after, there was a big tragic pigua on the campus in Davka at the International Student Cafeteria, the Hebrew U.
This is on Mount Scopus.
Right, exactly. This was in 2002, summer of 2002, and
a pigua, for our listeners out there, it means unfortunately there was a terrorist attack.
Exactly.
In Hebrew University on the Mount Scopus campus.
Yes. And my mom has always tried to be supportive of me, and my brother, my older brother, he is I think he's been like more worried and concerned, or in general wanting me to come back, etc.
Because it's not easy, you're in a different foreign land and with a different culture and a different, something very foreign to what you were brought up with.
Mm-hmm.
And what made your interest into Judaism in your path to convert?
I mean, like I said, Les, it was really especially after I came to Israel, and especially like my first, upon arriving from the flight, from New York to Israel, to Jerusalem, going to the hotel that very evening.
That inspired you. That ignited your passion.
Yes.
And was it a long journey, a difficult journey, the conversion process?
The journey took a bit of time.
But it must have been very interesting what you were learning and.
Oh yeah.
And you enjoyed it.
Yes, I enjoyed it a lot.
And your family were supportive of you when they heard that you want to convert?
I mean, they actually I thought I converted like a long time before that.
Wow. Okay. Now, your other passion, not only is it wonderful that you've joined Am Yisrael, but it's very unique to have somebody who has original Korean origins who decided to make your career in music and in Chazonas. I think you are actually unique. You're very unique. Were you always musically? Did you grow up with music from a young childhood?
Yes, I grew up in a very musical household, and parents were always going to like classical music concerts and opera and everything like that. And I grew up with I don't know if you've heard of a sound system called Macintosh.
Yes, sure.
Okay, so we had like a very top of the line Macintosh like a sound system at home, and like over 1,000 like classical music CDs. Also grew up playing a lot of instruments.
And
in school.
Did you feel that you could, it's a gift, I really feel it's a gift, that you could hear a music, a tune, and then you'd be able to play it on the instrument? Or you have that gift that you can...
not as much anymore.
But you did have that gift?
Yeah, on different instruments, right.
And what was your favorite instrument growing up, or...?
My favorite instruments, I mean, growing up, I played a number of instruments, and I like to play bass guitar and also upright string bass. But today, like I just like play on the keyboard, on the piano, like to accompany myself. So like today it's like the only instrument that I really use is my voice.
Wow. Okay, and now with regard to the Chazonas and the cantorial, when did you become interested in Chazonas, in cantorial music?
So I became interested in Chazonas in Israel pretty early on, like in my early years in Jerusalem.
would you visit certain great synagogues and different
Right.
minyanim and
Right,
the
yeah,
great
like
chazanim,
Yeshurun and
the great synagogue
Great Synagogue a little bit, well, a lot in Yeshurun.
and
With Cantor Yigal.
and they'd also have on Yom Ha'atzmaut, the Day of Independence, they'd have a concert with all the different chazanim.
Right.
And here in Israel, cantorial music and chazanim, it's very rich and very popular, and it's appreciated by a tremendous amount of the population here, the cantorial music. Did you go for professional training as a chazan?
Yes, I am a graduate of both Tel Aviv Cantorial Institute and of Petah Tikva Central Cantorial School, I think it's called.
Wow. And you've led, obviously, as a chazan, you've led different services
Yes.
throughout the year on the Chagim and during Shabbat and during the week. And what is your passion? Which part of the chazanis are you most passionate about, or do you really enjoy the most? It's difficult to answer because
no. That's a very legitimate question. I have a very deep connection to the Hazzan style of Kvartin, and that's especially in Yom Noraim. So especially Yom Noraim, Yom Kippur.
And the history of the different chazonim from all over the world, you delved into the different tunes, the different niganim, the different.
Yes, of course.
And who do you look up to? Who would you regard as one of the greatest of the chazonim? I'm sure you must have many.
There's a number of the greatest.
Is there one in particular that is your favorite, or?
So I just mentioned Kvartin, Mordechai Hirschman, Yosel Rosenblatt.
So Rosenblatt was actually here many years ago.
Yes.
And another thing which makes you, I think, also extremely unique, and I think for our listeners out there, and people have the opportunity to really get to know you much better, and is you are also very passionate about teaching bar mitzvah.
Yeah.
You teach the
number of years of experience. Very, basically, most of my students have read the entire parsha and haftarah.
You teach them the trop. You teach them both the haftarah and the mafta.
Right.
And if people want to contact you, you live in Givat Ze'ev.
Yes.
Okay, and you brought out also numerous CDs.
Yes.
And if we could just show for our viewers out there, this is a wonderful CD, and I really would recommend our viewers to try and obtain a copy.
And it's also it's purchasable online in the iTunes Music Store and also the Google Play Store.
And Yigal, for our listeners, because I know people are going to be very eager to obtain a copy, and I really do encourage people to. Where do they go online?
So basically, if they have a Mac or any like iPhone or whatever,
a smartphone.
No. Specifically, if they have an iPhone, then they go into iTunes.
Okay.
And in English, they put in Yigal Han. YIGALHAN. And then if they have a smartphone, go into the Google Play Store and also to do the same.
And they can get it. And also, if they want to get a hard copy, could people email you?
Yeah.
Okay, and the email is
shots YH at iCloud.com.
Or they could contact me.
SHTZ, that is.
That's wonderful.
Shalik Sibur.
That is fantastic. So Yigal, you're going to be here in Beit Vegan for Yom Kippur.
Yes.
And I hope you enjoy. It's a very special place, Beit Vegan. You've davened for the Kehillah here in various shuls here before, and it's been enjoyed by everybody who's heard you. And we just want to really wish you all the mazel and the bracha and Shana Tova and Gemar
Shana
Chatima
Tova.
Tova.
Gemar Chatima
And
Tova.
it's really been such a privilege to have you. And we really, really appreciate what you do for Am Yisrael, your passion, your journey. And I can see you've just, this is the right place for you. You're very happy. I
For
see you at
sure.
all the events. And may you just have all of Hashem's blessings. And may your
Amen.
voice inspire everybody who hears you in their tefillahs, in their prayers, that their prayers be answered on this very, very special time of the year, the Yamim Noraim. And we really want to thank you very, very much for being here. And we just wish you all the mazel and bracha.
Oh man, thank you very much, Les. I really appreciate
It's
everything.
A great, great pleasure. Thank you. Here we are with Yigal Han in Beit Vegan. It's such a pleasure to have you.
It's my pleasure.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.